Good day, and welcome to Daily Bust on PFTV, your quick and refreshing soft angle to news and society, lifestyle, culture, and stories that matter. I am Ami Mv. Here are today's stories, putting people first. Court orders accelerated hearing in 2011 UN bombing trial. A federal high court in Abuja has ordered accelerated hearing in the ongoing trial of 5 men accused of involvement in the 2011 bombing of the United Nations building. Justice Emeka Nwite granted the application following a request by the Department of State Services, noting that the case has lasted for several years. Prosecutors say the move is aimed at ensuring speedy determination of the matter in line with guidelines for terrorism-related cases. During proceedings, a DSS witness told the court that investigations were conducted professionally, adding that video recordings of interviews were made in line with global standards. The court has adjourned the case for continued hearing. In another story, a life of service celebrated at 80. It was more than a birthday celebration in Abuja. Family, friends, and dignitaries gathered to honor a man whose life has been shaped by service and impact. Simon Shango, at 80, was celebrated not just for his years, but for his legacy. Let us hear more from Moses Samari.
It was more than a birthday celebration in Abuja. Family, friends, and dignitaries gathered to honor a man whose life has been shaped by service and impact. Simon Shango, at 80, was celebrated not just for his years, but his legacy. It was a moment of reflection and celebration as dignitaries gathered to honor Simon Shango at 80. The event also featured the presentation of his autobiography, Thoughts of a Servant of Humanity. Shango began his journey as a journalist before going on to serve Nigeria in various capacities. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, described him as a respected national figure with lasting influence.
This is a celebration of a great Nigerian, a patriot, a man of honor, a man of integrity, a socially inclined person. I know in those days, Simon was always on the path of the underprivileged. And I think this is very common with most of us who were not born into wealth and privilege. We have never regarded money as the best thing one could acquire in society, but the little we have we share. And Simon does that.
The event drew prominent personalities reflecting a life that has touched many across generations. At 80, Simon Shango's story is a reminder that a life of service is measured not by years but by impact. Reporting for PFTV, I'm Moses Samari.
Thank you, Moses. We will take a quick break to return shortly. Welcome back to Daily Busts on PFTV. Boat tragedy in South Africa. 12 Nigerians rescued, 5 missing. 12 Nigerians have been rescued after a boat accident off the coast of South Africa, while 5 others remain missing. Ignatius Ili is here with the report.
A Nigerian tugboat carrying 18 people has sunk in rough waters off the South African coast. The vessel, identified as Leo, was reportedly heading back to Lagos after repairs when it encountered a storm and ran aground offshore. Authorities confirmed that 12 Nigerians have been rescued alive, while one person has been reported dead. 5 others remain missing as search and rescue efforts continue. Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu says the South African authorities are leading the operation with support from the Nigerian High Commission. The rescued survivors are being taken to Port Elizabeth as families await news of those still unaccounted for. Reporting for PFTV, I am Ignatius Ili.
Thank you, Ignatius. More on our bulletin. Akwa Ibom clears 39.8 billion naira debt, boosts welfare. The Akwa Ibom state government says it has cleared over 39 billion naira in inherited debts, while also expanding investments and social programs. Let us hear from Moses Samari.
The Commissioner of Finance, Bob, says the state has fully paid off inherited bank debt, including interest. He added that the backlogs of gratuities owed to retirees have been reduced, while salaries and pensions are being paid regularly. Officials also say over 3,000 ghost workers were removed through verification exercises as part of ongoing reforms. The government reports improvement in infrastructure, with roads and bridge projects ongoing across the state. Meanwhile, authorities say social programs have reached hundreds of thousands of vulnerable households, with food support set to continue. Reporting for PFTV, I'm Moses Samari.
Thank you, Moses. We will take a quick break to return shortly. Welcome back to Daily Bust and PFTV. ICPC probes El-Tuffai, alleges recovery of surveillance equipment. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission says it has recovered surveillance equipment from the Abuja residence of former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Tuffai. Ignatius Ili has more.
The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission says it discovered equipment allegedly capable of intercepting communication during a search of the former governor's home. The agency also claimed that sensitive security-related documents were recovered during the operation. Investigators say the search was conducted with a court warrant, adding that a magistrate court approved a 14-day remand for further investigation. The commission maintains that the process is lawful and denied allegation of political motivation. It also says the case involves financial investigations, including alleged suspicious transaction linked to the state fund. However, Governor Nasir El-Tuffai has denied wrongdoing, describing the case as politically motivated. Legal observers say the matter will ultimately be determined in court as investigations continue. Reporting for PFTV, I am Ignatius Ili.
Thank you, Ignatius. And lastly, stock market rebounds. Investors gain 1.7 trillion naira. Nigeria's equity market rebounded on Monday, with investors gaining about 1.7 trillion naira. Market capitalization rose to over 125 trillion naira, while the all-share index has recorded a significant increase. The positive performance was driven by renewed interest in major stocks, including NGX Group, Aradel, and PZ Cussons. Overall, 31 stocks gained, while 31 others recorded losses. However, some stocks, including Custodian Investment and Africa Prudential, posted declines. Trading activity remained strong, while shares valued at over 35 billion naira exchanged during the session. Market analysts say the rebound reflects renewed investor confidence despite mixed performances across sectors. That is it for this edition of People First Television Daily Bust. I am Ami Mve. Stay informed, stay inspired, and stay connected. This is PFTV. Have a good day.